Hello, guys. Good morning to you all. How are you doing? I hope you all are doing okay. Let's quickly jump into the charts. Let's jump into the gold chart from the last time I posted what I was thinking about gold. Let's see what really happened. So, as you can clearly see from my 4 hour time frame, we can see that from the Monday after marking the high of the week, we saw that price eventually came to retest the resistance. Like I said on that particular post, I said the reason why it was going to be a sell or why we're having a sell bias is because we haven't three of our four complexes aligning at the same place. So I mentioned on the last time that we had the psychological level acting as resistance, and then we did have the high of the week, which was also acting as a resistance. And then on top of that, we then confirmed with a price action. In this case, we saw an MO pattern being formed from this level. We saw an MO pattern be from this resistance level, which gave us three over four complexes as well, like we always trade and how we trade. Whenever we see three of our four complexes, we do tend to take a trade. Whenever we see four over four complexes as well, we do tend to take trades as well. So on this particular day, we move down to our intermediate time frame, being the 1 hour time frame. So I then highlighted where the first entry was if we met this opportunity on time regarding that day. So we definitely highlighted the first and second entry positions. And then we then said we saw the first entry position when price eventually came to retest the resistance, which was acting as the high of the week. Then what happened again? We labeled the second entry position when price eventually came back to retest the same resistance level, which is in this case high of the week, almost touching the resistance level on the psychological level that is acting as resistance there. So on these occasions, immediately from the lower time frame, we could see that we saw an MO pattern being formed. From the lower time frame, we could see an MO pattern being formed. So this is the intermediate being 1 hour. So then jump into the 15 minutes. That's our entry time frame. 15 minutes is the entry time frame. We use those 15 minutes to execute our trade. Most times you can get your sniper entry from 15 minutes, which is also very fine. So let's see what happened on that day from the 15 minutes. So from the 15 minutes, we noticed the MO pattern being formed, which gave us a confirmation to go in for a sell. So let's pay attention to this level, which I'm going to highlight quickly. Let me show you when the confirmation happened. So on this particular day, you can clearly see. So I've zoomed in. So definitely this was the second entry position for you to go in for a sell on gold. So here was the entry position, the second entry position from the 15-minute time frame, and which you can clearly see. You can go watch the previous video to understand what I'm talking about for you to grasp the previous post I posted. So from the 15 minutes time frame, definitely I posted this that here was definitely going to be the second entry position. And then what did we see? It took quite some time to play out. It took quite some time for the trade to hit the take profit, but that's also very fine. You must also come with the understanding knowing that as much as we do have these confluences aligning together, as much as we do have this edge or we have this edge that has come our way based on how we trade, based on our confluences, you must also understand that they eventually are not going to play out the way we want them to play out all the time. You must have the understanding knowing that yes, as much as you've seen these conferences as well, as much as you've seen them, they align. It's how you trade. It's exactly what you've been waiting for all months, all weeks, all days. You must also have the understanding that as much as you've seen those things, you can also get stopped out on SL, which is also fine. So you must have the understanding that it's also okay not to be right all the time. But the reason why you're definitely going to be executing on the trade is because you have found an edge. So you're trading based on edge, not FOMO. So that's why you can clearly see it took quite some time to sell off. So from this level, definitely that was on Tuesday. Then we saw that it took up to around Wednesday, probably not long. It took a day, Wednesday, for you to hit take profit. So this is literally how it was all about, and that's what I've seen so far. And I'm also seeing a trade continuation as well. I'm seeing a set continuation on gold as well. So let's quickly just check what that is all about. So for me, I'm seeing that gold is definitely going to be selling. I'm still seeing a continuation of a sell. So what I'm going to be waiting for, this is my 4 hour time frame. Remember, as a day trader, my analysis starts from my 4 hour time frame. That doesn't mean I'm not going to go to my higher time frame, including the dailies, but my analysis starts from 4 hour, and then I fall down to my intermediate, which is the 1 hour time frame, to see if what the 4 hour correlates with what the 1 hour is also saying. And then I fall down to my 15 minutes for my entry trades. So that's what I literally do. So my analysis I always come from the higher time frame, which gives you a higher level for you to operate on. So let's quickly jump into this opportunity, or rather what I'm waiting for before I could do anything on gold. So today, what I'm seeing now, we saw a new low being created by price on gold. So what I'm going to be doing in order for me to execute a trade today is for me to be patient. So I'm waiting for price now to eventually pull back at this level where we have found resistance. So I'm quickly just going to highlight this level. So we have definitely found resistance around this level. We found resistance. So as you can clearly see, I'm trying to mark out these levels currently. So you can understand where I'm looking out for opportunities, where I'm looking out for confluences as well. So from this level, if I'm to draw this level up to this level, looking left, you can clearly see that there is a resistance on this level. There's a resistance on this level. So on this level, we need to definitely trace this. And when you look left, you can see that price has eventually come to this level, looking left, and price has eventually bounced off this level, looking left as well. So based on the relevancy, gold is definitely, we're seeing a pullback. For me, it's a pullback. Some people call it correctional move. So some people call it retracement as well. But for me, I'm literally going to be waiting patiently to see price eventually trigger this level. So why am I waiting on this level? The reason why I'm waiting on this level is that price has eventually formed either a support level or a resistance level on this level, looking left. So all I'm just going to do is to see price retest this same level, and then what am I going to do as a trader? I just have to react off this level. I have to see confluences as well from this level. I have to see sellers coming in at this level where there is resistance. So this level at some certain point looking left, it was also a support level because price failed to break below the level. And now we've seen price broken the level. We've seen price broke below the level. And what are we anticipating? We call it market structure. We just have to be patient to see price eventually retest this level. So I'm looking out for this level to see what's going to happen around this level. I'm just going to see what's going to happen around this level. So the reason why I'm also waiting is that this level, it's a psychological level. It was a support level, but we've seen price break this level below. So what am I going to be waiting is to see price again retest the same level. Then I'm going to see what's going to happen around that level. I'm going to see the reactions. So that's exactly what I'm waiting for. So if I'm to execute this trade on the lower time frame, because this is my 4 hour time frame, we're going to fall down to the intermediate being the 1 hour time frame. So from the 1 hour time frame, you can clearly see it's making sense. It's making sense to you, definitely, that doesn't understand. To me, I definitely understand what market structure is all about. So you can clearly see from the 1 hour time frame, what are we waiting for? We're waiting to see price pull back to this level, at least pull back to this level where we have resistance, where we have resistance. So if price eventually pulls back to this level, I'm definitely going to look to see or look out for my confluences from the 15-minute time frame as well. So from the 15-minute time frame, I'm waiting to see price eventually pulling back to this level. Then I'm going to execute my trade. I'm going to execute my trade. So I'm definitely going to be having to sell positions from this level. One of them is going to be from this level. One of them is going to be from this level. So I'm trying to pick up my set two. So you definitely understand where to place the SL and where to place the take profit. So from this level, I'm definitely going to be selling from this level. Then what am I going to be doing? My stop loss is definitely going to be around, let's say we're taking around 20 pips. We can say 20 pips, okay, or 15. Yeah, let's say 15.9 pips is okay. Then probably we're going to target times two or times three of that in take profit. So in take profit, definitely that's going to be, we're going to target in around 43 pips, which gives us a risk ratio reward of 2.75 risk ratio reward, which on a very given day, that's a very good setup. That is definitely going to be the first entry positions on this position on gold. So here is the first entry position. Here it's definitely the first entry position, the first one. And then the second entry position definitely is going to be around this level when price eventually pulls back to this level. So if price eventually pulls back to this level, what are we going to do? The same thing. The stop loss is definitely going to be placed above the recent high price has eventually created. And then we're going to target times three of wherever we're risking. So on a given day, we're definitely going to target around 3 point something risk ratio reward, or even 4 point something, or even targeting 50 pips. So that's literally what we're going to do. That's what I'm going to be waiting out for today to see if price eventually going to come to this level and retest this level. And on the other hand, as a trader, you need to also, like I said earlier, you need to come with different mindsets. You need to understand that the market owes you nothing. Whatever you see, whatever the market gives to you, you need to take, accept what the market gives to you. So on this day, it's also okay to understand that if the price or if market eventually doesn't do what I want it to do on a given day or on a day like this, I'm still gonna be fine. I'm still gonna be okay because the market owes me nothing. Another thing and on how to save your capital is also not taking any trade, not opening any positions. So you only trading based on the fact that you found conferences as well. So if you definitely will go in the first entry position and it hits SL, it's okay. Yes, you're gonna lose money. The feeling is not easy, but it's okay because trading, you're gonna lose money. And if the second entry position as well, after losing the first one, you still go in also on the second entry position and it goes against you as well, it's also okay. You've chosen to want to trade, you've chosen to want to come into the market, so you also have to expect losses. Losses are part of the game, but the goal is that as time goes on, your win is going to outweigh your losses, which means you're going to be losing less money and making more money. So that's literally my message for you guys today. That's what I have decided to share with you guys, my thought process, my sell bias, to also give you the update on the bias, the sell bias I told you and shared with you guys a few days ago. And we can clearly see that that has eventually hit and take profit the following day. It was called out on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, the trade eventually hits the take profit. So on today, buyers, we're waiting to see price eventually retest of these levels. And we do have two entry positions, which I've already labeled and I've already talked about. So if you do love how I analyze my trades, how I do take my trades, and how I do take my time to teach you guys as well, to share my knowledge and my skill as well, I want you to hit the subscribe button. I want you to like for more.